Hey everybody, it's Dalton. Out here at Lake Santa Margarita, and I wanted to, well, my wife and I wanted to do a tribute for Bobby Doss. Now, many of you on this channel will know Bobby, and Bobby went home to be with the Lord just a few days ago, and we just thought it was the right thing for us to do a tribute. I had did a post on Facebook, and basically the post said that I lost a friend and a mentor, and I think that's the way he was with a lot of us. He was a friend and a mentor. He represented for me a generation of people that, well, we could use more generations like that today. Strong character, hardworking, reminded me of my parents, my dad, many family members that I've lost, and I don't know, Bobby was just quite an encouragement to me. Obviously a great fisherman. I mean, the fishing community is going to miss him. He's done a lot for the fishing community. And Bobby's one of those guys I would call stick or an ace. He was just a top-notch bass fisherman. He knew how to find him and he knew how to catch him. And I probably could have used him today because I didn't get any bites out here at Santa Margarita. Just a couple of quick things I want to share before we get on with the tribute. Bobby was really close friends with a friend of mine. His name's Joe. Many of you would know Joe. And I worked with Joe, that is, for several years in at the same place. And we would talk a lot about fishing. We talked about, he introduced me to Bobby about 8 years ago, and we just spent a lot of time talking about fishing. But one of the things I noticed about Joe is that he didn't talk a whole lot about God or the Bible or any of those things, and I think when I brought the subject up, I couldn't really tell if he was comfortable with it or not. So, just not so many years ago, Joe started reading his Bible, and he told me, he said, "I'm reading my Bible." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, Bobby told me I need to read my Bible." So the other day, Joe and I were talking, and Joe reminded me of that, and that Bobby said, read your Bible, and Joe go back to Bobby and he say, "Bobby, I don't understand what I'm reading." And Bobby tell him, "Keep reading it, and when you've read it, read it again." He said, "Joe, you're going to be doing this the rest of your life." And now Joe talks about the Bible, he talks about God, he talks about Jesus. He knows a lot more about the Bible because he reads his Bible. And though Bobby was a buddy to him, he was also a spiritual mentor. He wanted Joe to know God, and that was a big impact in Joe's life. In fact, Joe said to me the other day, he said, "I lost my best buddy." And yes, he did, but Bobby went on to be with the Lord. A little story I'd like to share with you as far as with me, and I could give you quite a few of them, but here's just one of them. I was kind of down. My wife and I, this YouTube channel, we take it personal. We don't make any money on it. We localize the channel, predominantly Lake Nacimiento and some fishing here, but mostly Lake Nacimiento. And that was intentional. That's how we wanted to do it. We wanted it to be a service, not so much a YouTuber. And but I got kind of discouraged. I didn't talk to too many people at all about it. And sometimes you doubt yourself, and I was doubting myself. I was starting to feel like, maybe I'm not doing a good job with this channel. Well, lo and behold, Bobby and I would sporadically call each other. There was no schedule. It was just, I better call Bobby, or Bobby called me. Well, he called me around that time, not knowing any of it. And I answered the phone. He liked my name Dalton for some reason. He'd go, "Dalton." And he goes, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm good." And he said, "Well, I tell you what, I've been watching your videos, man, and I love them." He said, "You do a good job." He would have had no idea that I was struggling at that time. And I'm telling you, I went from here to here in just a matter of seconds. I mean, that's how Bobby was. He would reach out. He was an encourager. He always had a smile on his face. And believe me, we're all going to miss him. Do want to say one thing. With every great man, there's a great woman. Rachel, you're a great woman, and we love you too. And I'm going to close by saying, Bobby gave his life to Jesus. Today, Bobby is in heaven with Jesus.